Hey guys, it's koolysmiley and I am back with another favorites video. This month's favorite goes to February. Let's do it. Let me tell you, my month of February started off a little rocky. We had a few incidences with technical difficulties and trolls and blah 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 that came into my stream, and I was having a hard time. And I think that my mods decided to do this thing for me way before all these issues happened. But the number one thing on my list is my mods, for a few reasons. First of all, my streams would not run as smoothly as they do without them. Like, I owe so much to my mods. They help me run my Discord, they help me make sure my streams run smoothly, they keep commands in chat that are helpful towards the viewers, especially when we have technical difficulties and crashing. Pretty much anytime I have a question about things that have to do with my stream and technical issues, my mods come to help. They have been the backbone of the Kooly crew since, I don't know, 5 years ago at least. Like, some of them have been there since day one, and I'm so grateful for them for being my mods. If you guys don't understand, like, the full-fledged duty of moderators on Twitch, these people don't get paid. They just volunteer their time. They're already watching the stream and they volunteer to help. I hope one day I can pay my mods, but it's just not in the cards right now. And just the fact that they do so much that they do for me for free is touching and supportive, and I'm just extremely grateful. And this isn't the first time my mods have been in my favorites videos, but I just feel like they deserve to be in it more than once. Now, this leads me to my second thing on my list, which is a thing that my mods did for me in February. So number 2 of my favorites in February has to be the surprise bouquets that my mods sent me for Valentine's Day. These bouquets showed up right when I needed them. I needed a little bit of encouragement. I was having a hard time. I was crying. I was a mess. I was a whole... And I checked my front door a few days before Valentine's Day, and there are bouquet after bouquet sitting on my front step. They sent me 4 bouquets, y'all. Lavender and red. I filled my stream room with them because they were gorgeous. I was hoping to do like a photo shoot with them, but your girl's self-esteem was not in the highest, it was not top tier. So I didn't do a photo shoot with the flowers, but holy cow-arinos! My mods made me feel loved, especially before Valentine's Day. And I love being single. I'm really enjoying this time with myself, but to get sent flowers on a day where, you know, I probably could have felt real sad, it was really nice. I'm really grateful. Now, I'm kind of bulldozing through my list really fast because the third thing on my list has to do with my reaction to the flowers. I was so happy about the flowers, y'all, that I instantly filmed myself reacting to myself, like, opening the box of the flowers, and I'm bawling in this video. I didn't post the video anywhere because, oh my god, it was just not... it was not it. But I did take screenshots of myself crying, and this is my number 3, y'all. Pictures of people mid-cry are, like, top-tier comedy to me. This is my new favorite, like... a funny thing, like Chris Melberger does this sometimes because he's a Cancer like me, and it's hilarious seeing your friends just like take pictures of themselves crying. I think it's the funniest fucking thing on the internet. So of course I took the screenshots of myself reacting to the flowers and I posted them on Twitter. This leads me to my next favorite, which is this picture. First of all, this is what it looked like when I screenshotted it and posted it on Twitter. It's me crying, having the best time. I have a bouquet of flowers. My mods are so sweet. But then, Eve Crank Gameplays, Ethan Gameplays Crankarino, takes this picture and turns it into this. And so this is my next favorite. This is my favorite picture of me in February. I look like Birdo. Honestly, I can't believe we haven't made it an emote yet. It's good though. Next thing on my list, I don't think is gonna come as a surprise to any of y'all unless you guys have been living under a rock and not been in my streams as much, which is valid. It's not your job to hang out in my streams, but I do appreciate you guys when you show up. In February, I started streaming Fortnite. Don't get mad at me. Please don't get mad at me. Please don't get mad at me. Here's the thing. You guys know Dead by Daylight has been broken on my computer for 8 months now. That's my main game that I haven't been able to play on my stream for 8 months. And it's heartbreaking. It's been really bad to my mental health because I miss it. I feel like I'm failing my community because I haven't been able to play my main game. And it's not by choice. Like, I want to play this game and I can't. So the fact that Travis and Jason both convinced me to play Fortnite with them one night, I was just like, fine, screw it, I'll do it. I did not expect to enjoy it so much, like so deeply. I had such a good time playing it that I am now addicted to it, and it hasn't replaced Dead by Daylight in my mind. It doesn't scratch the same itch, but it has been a nice go-to night-ending game. Like, I've been able to end my streams with what Sammy and I like to call fort caps. And it's been nice because, like, I have a home base, basically. Dead by Daylight was always my home base, but now Fortnite can be that, at least until I can fix Dead by Daylight, and that can be a thing. The next 3 things on my list are all TV shows. I don't know what happened, but I was a couch potato in February. I was just feeling down, and I was feeling like things were just not really bringing me as much joy as I was used to, and that's honestly probably on depression, but it's fine. It's fine. We're getting ourselves out of that little funk that we went through. But I did end up watching a lot of TV. Some of those shows I binged all the way through in February, and one I'm still currently watching. So first and foremost, there's this comedy duo couple that I love so much for a lot of reasons, because they create D&D content. They have a podcast in which one of them is the DM and another one is a player. They were also members of College Humor. They are comedy writers for shows and sitcoms, and not only that, they've also written a book that I really enjoyed called Hey You Up: How to Turn Your Booty Call into Your Emergency Contact. Great, funny self-help book. If you haven't read it, it's great. But you know how everybody has like their comfort shows that they could rewatch over and over and over again? Like, some people, it's New Girl or Friends, where they could fall asleep to a show and it's like they haven't missed anything because they've seen the episodes so much. For the longest time, that was New Girl for me. In the past like 2 years, it's been Hot Date Season 1, which is on Netflix. And I thought that Hot Date Season 2 never came out because it wasn't on Netflix, but your girl got nosy recently and did some research, and I just realized recently that season 2 had been out, but it's on a different website called Pop TV, which is the website that it was originally created for. Maybe, I think that's correct. Fact check me if I'm wrong. I binged season 2 in maybe a week at the beginning of February, and it's so good. It's so good. I'm so grateful, because if you watch season 2 and you listen to their D&D podcast, there's literally like little Easter eggs from the podcast in the season, and it's so funny. If you guys are curious about the show, my favorite part about it is not only that they're a couple in real life, but they play a couple in the show, and they also play all of the other couples throughout the show. They change costumes and they have different characters that are reoccurring through the storyline, and all of their stories kind of intertwine, and so you get to see them as all these different kind of versions of themselves. It's top tier. I feel like it's a very underrated show, and I think everybody should check it out. The next show I got into, I was definitely late on the bandwagon for, but I'm pretty obsessed with it now, and that's Umbrella Academy. I was so hesitant to watch the show, and I don't really know why. I feel like I thought that it was going to be very cheesy and it wasn't going to be for me, but one night when I just felt uninspired and felt like I didn't want to watch anything, I just watched the first episode and I was like, wait, there is actually something here. And this was another show that I binged season 1 and season 2 in probably like 2 weeks. If you don't know what Umbrella Academy is, it stars Elliot Page and a bunch of other incredible actors. I can't remember the male actor who was in Misfits. The tall, skinny guy with curly hair. He's in this, and he basically plays a very similar character. He's very flighty and gay, and I love him. But it is a great show. I just wasn't expecting it to be so interesting, and I just expected it to be cheesy, and it really wasn't. So it's basically like these kids who were raised with superpowers, and they are kind of dealing with like family trauma years later, and they're trying to stop the end of the world. Super normal, super cool and normal. Anyway, I really liked it. I really liked season 2. I think I liked season 2 more than I liked season 1. It's a very fun show, and I am so excited for season 3. Now, the last show that I discovered in February was another show I was hesitant to watch, but it kept showing up on my TikTok advertisements, and I hate to say that TikTok worked on me in that way. I hate that I fell for an advertisement and it actually worked. But this show is on Amazon Prime. If you have that, it's free, called Marvelous Miss Maisel, and it's on season 4 currently. but I am still on season 3 as I'm watching right now. It's a show that takes place in like the 1960s. Maybe? I'm not exactly sure, but it's about a woman who gets left by her husband after she finds out he's been cheating, and then she finds out that she's actually really good at stand-up comedy, and it's very empowering. It's very woman chooses herself, and so I think that's why I'm really enjoying it. Meanwhile, it's just really funny, especially because I was raised not really religious at all, and a big part of this storyline is that the main character is Jewish, and her whole family is Jewish, and her ex-husband's family is Jewish, so a lot of the storyline has to do with like Jewish holidays and Jewish traditions, and it's been really educational in a funny way. It's caused me to look up stuff that I never even really knew about. So it's been like educational, funny, empowering, and it's just been a really nice ride. Also, if you guys grew up with the Lizzie McGuire movie like me, you guys know the scary teacher tour guide from the movie who's been in a million things, but that's who she always sticks in your brain as if you grew up in the Disney Channel era. Yeah, she's in this too, and she's great. It's a really good show. I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like nobody watches it, so I feel like I don't have anyone to talk about it with. So if you guys watch the show, let me know, because I feel like nobody else watches it. And the last thing on my list for February is I got my booster shot. Y'all, we got boosted. I wasn't able to get my booster shot in December, which was when I was originally supposed to, because it was scheduled the week that I ended up actually getting COVID. So I waited 30 plus days to get it. And let me tell you, I was a little bit skeptical that when I got the booster, that the guy who gave me the shot actually gave it to me. Never in my life have I gotten a shot and I was like, oh, we're done, until this February. He like put it in my arm, and I swear to God, I didn't feel it. And I always turn away because I'm scared of needles. Like, needles make me nauseous. They sometimes make me pass out. So I turned away. I felt him pinch my arm like this. And then he was like, okay. And he put on my Band-Aid. And I was like, wait, we're done? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, what the heck? I didn't even feel it. And my first vaccination shot hurt so bad. And I like felt like I felt it like go into my arm. And this felt like nothing. So like I was skeptical the whole 24 hours after I got it. I was like, I'm not even sore. I don't even feel sick. I've got no symptoms, blah, blah, blah. And then 48 hours later, my arm felt like it was carrying a ton of bricks, and I was just extremely exhausted. So it worked. It just took a day, I think. But yeah, I'm super grateful that I got boosted. If you haven't gotten boosted yet, and you can due to whatever medical history you have, consider it. Please, please, please. It's important to make sure that not just for your own safety, but for the safety of others around you, so that we can get rid of COVID as quickly as possible. It's been how long? 2, 3 years? I'm over it. And that's it for the month of February, y'all. It kind of just flew by. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I already feel like 2022 is like going by rather quickly, and it's kind of weird and strange and interesting. But I think March is going to hold some very interesting things for me and the Coolie crew and for y'all. So keep your fingers crossed, keep your eyes open, and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can see all of the things. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on all the places. You guys know the drill. I have accounts everywhere, and I am posting constantly, and I work hard to make content for you, so I would love it for you guys to actually check out all of the things. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment letting me know what your favorite thing that you did or product that you use in February, and I will make sure to leave a like on your comments and maybe even respond. Okay, I'm gonna go now. My coffee's cold. I gotta go reheat my coffee, and I gotta take this one for a WLALK. Oh, actually, she looks like she's snoozing now. I will see you guys on the YouTubes later, skaters. Let's talk about our favorite things together, friends. This is my second time filming this video, because the first time I filmed it completely muted. I filmed the whole video, and honestly, I think the first recording was better, but what can you do?